Hello, this is our second exercise we're going to be doing with shading, and what this one is going to be called is the value bars exercise. And for this paper, you guys are welcome to use, I just took one of the large sheets of paper that I had you guys grab. I tore it in half, and that will be fine, or whatever paper you guys have in a sketchbook, computer paper would work just fine. What I want you guys to do is to create a box that is going to be 5 inches. So it's about 5 inches this way and 7 inches long lengthwise. So that's the size that I want you guys to be working with this assignment. And what I want you to be doing is we're going to be making a series of bars going from dark to light, 3 of them that are roughly 1 inch thick. So what we're going for is, here's one that's kind of halfway done. I've got, ignore that space there, but I have 3 bars going from dark to light. And the goal for this assignment is to try to get your shading as smooth as you possibly can. You don't want to see any bumps or jumps with your shading, but it goes very smoothly from dark as you possibly can all the way to the light of the paper. And that's what we're going to be talking about, how to do that. So 3 things to talk about. Number 1, your pencil pressure can determine how smooth you shade. So we're going to put pressure. So for example, if I'm doing something really dark, I can push hard into it to get the darker values. Make it light. I put very light pressure on the paper to get the value that I'm looking for. And I find it easier to hold the pencil way in the back when I'm doing those light values, so my pencil is barely touching the paper to get that light value. Okay, second thing is change directions. So this is what we talked about when we did the value scale with all those little boxes, that I can shade up and down this way, and then go over it again horizontally, and then go over it again diagonally, and diagonal the other way. The more directions that I change, the more of that graphite is going to get into the groove of that tooth of the paper, and the smoother it's going to be. And the third one, which I want to focus on especially with this assignment, is little circles. So just like changing directions, if you take your pencil and you go in overlapping tiny little circles like so, you'll get smooth shading. So I'm going to try to zoom up here and do the same thing. I'm just going little tiny overlapping circles. Just circle, 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 and that helps create a very smooth shade as well. So whatever works for you. I usually I go in combination of, these a lot when I'm shading. Alright, so your assignment. You have your box that's 5 inches by 7 inches that you have created. So 5 inches this way, 7 inches this way. I'm going to create a bar going from dark to light as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to start with my 6B pencil. So the darkest pencil that you guys have is your 6B. And as you get lighter, you're probably going to start switching over your pencils to get those really light values, which will be your 2H pencil. Alright, so that's roughly 1 inch. I'm not too worried about if it's exactly 1 inch or not. And I'm pushing really, really, really hard into the paper right now. I'm trying to get this area as dark as I possibly can. I'm changing my directions so it starts to smooth out. Okay, now I should start getting lighter. I'm going to move into this area, and I can choose to switch into my pencil. I don't necessarily have to only use 4B here. This 6B can travel into this 4B. Something I don't want to see is a jump in values. Do you guys see how there's a big huge jump in the value here? It goes from one value to the other one very, very quickly. And I want to try to eliminate that. So to eliminate that, if I'm having problems eliminating it, I'm going to go in little tiny overlapping circles. I'm just going to do my very best to get it to smooth out There we go. Now we're starting to lose that jump. It's not jumping as much. It's smoothly, like a slide, going to dark to light. And maybe around here, I'm thinking maybe I want to switch my pencil. And I need to sharpen it too. Just realized. I'll quickly do that. Okay. Have a little bit more lead to work with. And I'm trying to fill in this entire box area. Going from dark to light, trying to stay consistent to 1 inch as much as I possibly can. I am changing my directions of my pencil lead. I'm looking for any breaks or like areas that are bothering me. Like right now this is called dot picking. If there's just an area that's standing out a little too much. Okay, I get lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, etc. I'm going to quickly skip over to this 2H. Lighter values, in my opinion, are a lot harder to accomplish than darker values. And I'm trying to get this light area to blend to the white of the paper. So again, hold your pencil away from the back. I'm to have my 2H pencil, so it's a hard lead. And I don't know if you guys can even see that. I am placing down a value, but it's with this document camera, it's kind of hard to see. So I'm changing my directions, just barely touching the paper, going in overlapping little circles. And I'm trying not to get it to look scratchy. So what I mean by scratchy, like that's scratchy. There's a bunch of gaps in there I don't want to see. And right now, I don't know if you guys can see this on the computer, but physically when I look at this, I know that there's little gaps that I can see, and I'm just going in overlapping little circles, trying to smooth those out as much. Something I don't want you guys to do, which reminds me, do not use your fingers to smudge these. A, it looks ugly. B, the oils in your hands do not work well with graphite. And what happens is it leaves these kind of oil smudges into your paper. So do not smudge. And I would prefer if you guys not smudge using a blending stick or a Kleenex. You know, the charcoal is different. Charcoal is a very different medium. And I'm fine if you guys use a Kleenex or whatnot to smudge around with the charcoal, but pencil is a completely different beast. You are relying on your skills, your shading skills with pencil. So do not smudge with your fingers. Just does not look nice at all. Okay, I can see like at this little area, maybe I got it a little bit too dark. I'm going to take that kneaded eraser, just tap it to get it to lighten up again. Anyways, so I'm just going to keep on working on this bar. My goal, again, is to get 3 bars total. 1, 2, 3. And let's see, I'm going to work on those 3 bars and then we'll continue our lesson.